Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Goodland in Kansas. Yes, I am still here for one more night. We did have to move sites this morning because the site we were on was booked because it was a pull through, but they had one 50 amp site left and it was a back in, and the site we were on is basically catty corner to the back corner of this, which means we are now in full sunshine and not in the shade of those two beautiful trees, one of them being an apricot tree. And it means that Zeffie can't see the dog park from here, but she can see all the other activities going on as people come and go. We've been trying to get hold of places in Colorado Springs to stay and not getting answers back, which is why we decided to stay another day so I could spend time this morning trying to reach places over there, although my phone's not helping because it's still an hour ahead, so I've had to take it off the automatic thing and put it on manual to get it in the correct time zone. But all that aside, now it is time to talk about your challenges today, and we got some good ones. So I have a quote for you which covers mindset and business. So the quote is from philosopher Francis Bacon, and he says, "It's not what we eat but what we digest that makes us strong, not what we gain but what we save that makes us rich, not what we read but what we remember that makes us learned, and not what we profess but what we practice that gives us integrity." So your challenge for today is walking the talk. If you turn around and say, "This is what I do," do you actually do it? Or if you advise somebody, "Oh, go do this," do you yourself do that? So if you're telling somebody, "Oh, you need to follow up," are you somebody that follows up regularly or is learning to follow up regularly? Or are you somebody who tells somebody else to follow up but you don't follow up? So what is it? So look at the actions that you take, the things that you do. Are you doing them, or are you just talking the talk, or are you walking the walk? What is your integrity? So it's all about integrity today for mindset and business, because you can't have a business integrity if you don't have a mindset of integrity. So that's your business and your mindset challenge today, is look at the things that you say you do, and do you actually do them? Because a leader, somebody who leads people, has that mindset of integrity, and they're ones that walk the walk and talk the talk. So are you somebody that does that? Are you the ones that turn around and say, "Do as I do, not do as I say"? Do as I say, not do as I do. Or are you somebody that says, "Do as I do," as well as what I say? Because both of them are intertwined. So that's your thing for today, is walking in integrity for your mindset and your business. And that goes a long way, and it helps. There are some businesses who say one thing but do something else, and there's a lot of businesses lately that I've been really learning about ethos and how it's it's your beliefs, your level of integrity and everything else, and your ethics and everything. And do you do business with those that line up with your ethos and your ethics, or do you do business with people who don't? There's been some companies that in the last several weeks that I've actually severed ties with because their company policy says this, but they're doing this, which goes against what their company policy says and against what their company ethos says. What they say they stand for and what they do are two different things. So they are not walking in integrity. And because of that, I started doing business with them because these were their ethics over here, but they're actually doing this over here. So I'm like, we're done. And some companies I've been with for a while, and it annoys me because I really like their products. But, it comes down to, I want to be a person of integrity and a person who stands up to my ethics. And I want to be out there, and I want to lead by example. So how can I do that if I'm if I'm associated with companies who go against my own personal principles? So it's all part about being integrity. Am I still doing things that go against my ethics? Yes, because I am learning what they are and I am making changes. Is it an overnight process? Absolutely not. It takes a while. You have to figure out exactly who is it that you are, what do you stand for, what are your beliefs, what are your principles, and you have to be prepared to stick to those. Yes, it may mean that some people don't want to work with you and all that, and you have to be okay with that. And that there's where I have a little bit of a struggle. I do have a struggle with that because, like I said, there are some companies out there I absolutely love and adore their products, and I have recommended their products over and over again, but because I am learning more about my ethics and I'm putting those into practice in my business as well as in my mindset, I'm now looking at these companies going, oh, do I use the product I've always loved and compromise my principles, or do I stand by my principles and cut ties with the company even if it means losing a product that I've always loved and adored? That's a really good question to come up with. So, but when you're learning to step into your principles and into your ethics and everything else and into who you actually are and become the person you want to be, a person of integrity, that really doesn't become a question. It's a struggle at the beginning. I get it. I'm going through it. I know this. There are still companies out there I'm working with where I'm still using their products and that their ethics go against mine, but I can't sever ties with them right now until I find a product that I can substitute with, because it's a product that I rely on right now, that I have to have, because I can't do it with there's certain services I cannot do it without when I'm on the road. So it's having to find a replacement from a company with integrity and with whose principles and integrity and all of that matches up with mine, that I will then be comfortable changing my service over to them. So there's a few services like that where it's sort of like, yeah, I really need to sever ties with this and I really need to find something else. But there is a cost involved with doing that, because you've got to pay the initial upfronts and all that sort of stuff, and the travel business is zero right now, so it is a struggle in some areas for me to be able to change things because of the cost involved. So I'm actually going to go out there and find some other ways to bring some extra income in. I'm working on marketing ideas. I'm putting a follow-up system in place for myself that I can then market to others, because if I'm not following up with my clients, how am I going to be able to teach other people to do so? So I'm putting that in place. I've got just reaching out and connecting with people, finding those people that I want to work with, finding ways to, so I'm finding ways that I can help other people in their business, but I need to be making sure that I'm doing it first, and I can turn around and say, yes, I do that. And it's all part of the process. It is not an overnight change. It is something I've been working on for a few weeks now. And I have a long way to go, and it's something I will always be tweaking. So your mindset in your business is about walking the talk. Do you say one thing but do something else, or do you do what you say? What's your level of integrity, your principles, your ethics? Start working on those. And then for something fun, today happens to be National French Fry Day and National Beans and Franks Day. So I thought, for fun, what recipes in the kitchen can you come up with that incorporates those three ingredients? French fries, beans, and franks. Come up with a single dish, one dish, that incorporates those three things that actually is edible. I've already got some in mind. The only thing is I don't have a way to get to a market. Because I need some cheese. I don't have cheese right now. I'm trying to wean off the dairy a little bit. But I've got some ideas. I don't have any beans though. I do have franks and I don't have French fries. So can't quite do that one today. But I have some ideas mulling over in my brain that when I do get the opportunity to go shopping and get that stuff, that I will experiment. So take a good look at yourself today as to, in your business, who are you and what do you stand for? And does it line up with other companies that you do business with, other people you do business with? There are people I am severing ties with because of our beliefs are just so opposite, and things. So it's a hard. It is hard. It is hard, especially if the products. Yeah, I got some really cool products that I absolutely love using, but I now have to say bye-bye to them. But it's all about stepping into who I am and becoming the person that I want to be. I have an image of the person I want to be, and it is stepping out of who I am right now and into that person. And in order to do that, yes, there are going to be some ties that get severed. There may be some ties with people. There are definitely going to be ties with products and services, and there will be companies I no longer will be loyal to for that reason. So it's stepping up and stepping into who I am, and walking that that path of integrity. So that's your challenge for today, for your mindset and your business. Look at both of them. Are you and your business walking together in integrity? Because you can't do one without the other. You can't have a business that has integrity if you yourself do not. So get yourself in a line first, so that your business then becomes, and make the tweaks and changes. And then for your fun, come up with some recipes that use a one-dish recipe that uses beans, franks, and French fries, to celebrate National Beans and Franks and French Fries Day. So that's it from me for now. Have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later this evening. He konera.